Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to August 7th, 2015, Friday Midsummer Twin Features. Are in our 20th season at Galletta's Greenhouse Backyard Karting Speedway. For those never seen, we are single-wheel drive gas flathead motors. Starting on the pole, Kevin Finn, followed by Kevin Galletta, Adam Lytle, Keith Raymond, Matt Stevens, Chris Stevens, and Melissa Stevens. Three drivers who were scheduled to appear: Billy Ruggio, George Sweeting, and Eric Woolworth. Were deducted points because they didn't make it, and preparations were made for them to race, which slowed the show down when we started late. So we've been blamed for that in the past. It's time to put blame on the people who did it. Green flag. Matt Stevens in the inset camera. There is rookie Kevin Finn leading in Galetta's Greenhouse number 6, but in the helmet cam we see Matt Stevens crashing into Adam Lytle, who got sideways in the Lytle Racing number 33. He got sideways and he collected Keith Raymond and Matt Stevens. Now, Matt Stevens doesn't have helmet cam. He is in the Galetta's Greenhouse number 9, which is actually a handicap cart for larger drivers. Now, Galetta's, we don't separate. We think it's utter foolishness to separate by weight. We separate by motor only. All these are the same motor. The bigger drivers, however, are allowed larger power rating cams and slightly different gearing. And Matt is testing right now. Matt usually races he's racing the 9 here. It's a little bit bigger cart, and he's racing, I believe, with 40-45 extra pounds right now to simulate what a man around 230 pounds could do. Matt's usually in the 280. Chris Stevens here, making a move on that restart, passing Kevin Galletta. Galletta's Greenhouse, Treasure.com, number 4. Oh, and leader Kevin Finn spins out. Our rookie. One of the things to learn that usually is the toughest to learn for a rookie driver is to not spin out. These are single-wheel drive cars. The motor is on the left rear. They steer really well and corner very well when turning right, which is why we were turning right. Most tracks turn left and have dual drive. We're single-wheel drive, and it's just the way our track is in our karts, and that's why we drive this way. I've explained it many times, but some people don't know and think we're weird or something. There's Matt Stevens and Keith Raymond discussing making sure that they're restarting in the right place. Keith is in the right place. It was just a spin out. No one lost their spot except for Kevin Finn, who spun the number 9. This puts Chris Stevens in the lead. He's already won 4 features this year. Posted a little article on the website about this. Chris and Matt got more wins this year. In the past couple of years, have been piling up a large percentage of wins. It's not anything other than we just don't have enough drivers on track. We need more competition. Matt Stevens here trying. He showed the power that car has, as he's racing the equivalent of a 230-pound man, and most of these guys are in the 200 range. Give or take, a little more, a little less, and they're all weighed down appropriately. He's got an extra power gear on there for a larger man, and you can see how that weight he's got buckled down on there. And he just pulled alongside everyone there, almost past the whole group. So thus far, it's a success. And he's getting a restart. One of the ways we keep costs down, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of racing carts have their have starters and everything. We're just old-fashioned. 5 horsepower. They're outdated 5 horsepower motors. They're souped up for racing though. They're Fun Power 90s style carbs. I know a lot of racers who'd say, "What are you guys doing here?" You know, we're keeping costs down, and we're having just as much fun for much less cost. Most of these chassis are homemade. They're either built or rebuilt from yard carts or racing carts. There's like a whole mix out there. We're not cookie cutter carts. All these carts are different. They all have their own little quirks in handling. And our racing definitely is interesting. You see a third camera going to be placed out into the back turn. We haven't had that in a few years. So that'll be fun. As soon as she's up, we'll put that third camera up. Chris Stevens, again, your leader. Leading the points now leading the race. Good for the rest of the guys. We're supposed to have 3 more guys out there. So, and there we go. There's a third camera angle. Mr. Stevens, the lights of Manny and Chris out there. See if he can get himself. That was rolling pretty good, but he was involved in that last incident, so he's back in last. He's the whole field in front of him. Ricky kept spinning a little sideways there. That's one of the things you gotta learn. Keep that car straight. Ricky's getting wide because they get the hang of taking those carts. The carts steer themselves, and if you oversteer it, you're gonna spin out. So it's just the way they're set up. That staggers you can see. Chris is pulling away a little bit here from Kevin Galletta and the rest of the pack. Cat pulling alongside Kevin Finn. The low groove, ladies and gentlemen, is the slow groove. If you see someone doing good in the low groove, that is outstanding. And this master low groove, it's probably why he's got more wins than anyone else. Because he's had so much experience in that low groove. Many drivers want to study his helmet and see what the heck he did to get down there. Like keep the speed up, because once anyone else goes down, they lose the speed, there's a spot. So he gets a ton of ground. Able to make it stick more often than not. But he'll lose ground too. He's not invulnerable. Oh, and Kevin Finn spins out right there. You can see there 2 of the cameras. He's checking that on the way around. We usually have a free spin out rule in effect for rookies. Usually. We let it slide most of the time, but sometimes if the race is getting out of hand, it's going too late, we'll invoke it. I think Kevin's safe for now, but if he keeps spinning out, he might get the warning. Chris Stevens, Kevin Galletta, Adam Lytle, Keith Raymond, and then Matt Stevens, followed by Kevin Finn. Starter Wes Stevens, retired driver. Used to race, getting older, and he had one injury. He come back out of the retirement last year for the Classic, but he didn't have enough drivers. It reminds me, we need more drivers out here, ladies and gentlemen. We have 20 plus carts at trackside that are either for rent and some for sale. Look at Matt pulling up alongside and stacking. All that extra weight is holding them down a little bit. Well, when you're lighter, it's hard to hold down there, so there's pros and cons. Well, our system is pretty good. We're able to put a very stable race out here because of our system. And usually, really close competition. This year, Chris and Matt are getting more wins. And like I said earlier, just there's not enough competition out there. In 2010, we had 10 different winners in the first 11 races. 15 different winners in 21 races. Chris and Matt only got 4 of those wins. So there was a lot of drivers winning races that year. It's not up there. Chris and Matt are experienced, but they're not unbeatable. They just win mainly because they're the only two out there every race. People come and go, and experience means a lot. As you see here, the low groove. Adam Weidel went for the passage. Let's have to let him load up a little bit. Adam went for it and lost ground. Yeah, he lost 2 positions to Keith Raymond and Matt Stevens. Close racing here, except for Chris pulling away a little bit. Chris is also probably taking it easy. Saving the cart. We got a little padding there. It looks like he's not pushing it. He's just got a comfortable lead right now. He's random looking under Kevin Galletta. And the Good Guys Barbershop 88. Car that's been giving him fits. But he won his first 2 feature events. Oh, it went way too high. And Matt was able to get under him because he just took that turn just poorly. Maybe he hit a bump or something. He went way too high. A little too loose up there. He lost a lot of ground. Matt picks up the position. But Keith won 2 features last week. Wow. Kevin Galletta spun out. Matt Stevens hooked the wheel. Keith Raymond got caught in it and comes to a stop. Looks like he might have hit his drive wheel. The drive wheel has been plagued with problems for a few years and multiple owners with that cart. It's a fast cart, but it has drive system problems. It probably needs the back end rebuilt, but no one takes the time to do it. The rear end was rebuilt a few times. Matt Stevens here is going to help out Keith, who seems usually we will allow short breaks for to keep cars on the track. This infuriates some people, but most of the drivers appreciate it, and especially when they are the ones that need a few minutes to get back on the track. Then they appreciate it. And let's look at the masterful work we have here, where you just kick it back into shape. And that'll work. It's just got kinked up a little bit. It definitely needs a new rear end. Keith has considered purchasing another cart.
Oh, I'm loving this.
There are a few for sale.
And this thing's flying. New cam's a success. I love it. Yeah, and that's a lot of weight I got on there. I'm a big boy.
As you hear, Matt is thrilled he's able to get that much speed out of a cart with that much weight on it. We've heard for years, many people said, well, Chris and Matt win because they're lighter. Well, this cart is one of many that's proving that's not the case. Chris and Matt do not have the most horsepower on that track. They give more horsepower to the bigger drivers out on the track. And Matt weighed himself 40, 45 pounds there. And he's moving up the field. Chris Stevens, still your leader, but now he has Matt to contend with. It is new creation, new powered up Galletta's Greenhouse number 9. An experienced driver in the 230 to 250 range would probably be a monster in that. Experience is the key, ladies and gentlemen. You just can't go up. You guys have been racing. Chris and Matt have been racing for 20 plus years. The other guys have been racing anywhere from 1 to 5 years. It's a little harder than it looks. Some people think, oh, you guys just yard car racing. Oh, there's a fan out in the back. This is usually what happens when beginners go up. There's not much of an incentive. He's just a rookie. He got sideways out there and got into somebody. Did the caution come out there? Did they keep going? No, they kept going. Just maintaining a good lead, man. Staying with him, though. There's his Kevin Finn again, spins out, and this time he gets the yellow. Wes is going to be a little upset with this. And he's parked a little too close to the edge there. Almost had a repeat of the As seen on YouTube, the worst wreck in Galletta's karting history. Here goes Wesley. He's out there to tell Kevin Finn, stop spinning out. I'm sure Kevin knows that, but easier said than done for a rookie. It just takes time to be out there. The problem is many rookies give up before they get better, so.
The new cam is awesome. I'm carrying a lot of weight and it's got tons of power. The most powerful cam yet, I think.
Matt is telling his brother all about the success of his Frankenstein creation here. Keep in mind, Chris and Matt have been racing for 20 years. Their thrill isn't exactly winning. Their thrill is having a bunch of cars out there to race. Many people out there racing. Some of the most fun they've ever had were the years where they didn't win too many races, where there was 15 different winners out of 21 features. Competition is people out there. Maybe we've been running Friday the same night before the paycheck, but that doesn't really matter. Any day we race, there's plenty of carts to go around. And our carts don't cost $35, $40 a week to race, 4 times to buy all the carts. You can probably build one from scratch for less than $600. Most of the carts are available for rent $20 a week, or for sale for maybe $250, $200, $300, depending on the age of the cart. And the motor is on. And staying with Chris, as always, they are each other's biggest test. Occasionally there's some good drivers come out and Chris run for the money, but usually, mostly they are each other's best competition. Now there's Finn out there, but they keep going. And this is troublesome because the race can't really get going if you get too many spin outs. First go, I hit the rule. Raymond would have been kicked out on that thing. Chris staying close and competitive. The rest of the pack falling behind a little bit. Check a little bumpy, not too bad. First turn would have been a little bumpy, always do. But for the most part, the track is pretty good. We're back here to David now. Paint asphalt, $1,000 of Kevin Finn got sideways and Chris Stevens got stuck behind him. No passing flag. And Stevens gets under the both of them. He got a good slingshot move. Chris is nice. You can tell Chris is mad. Because this is the third time that he has had the lead taken away from him by Matt Stevens in traffic with no passing flag. And what is passing flag? He's supposed to come out with last traffic. Chris is all over Matt. He is all over his bumper. And as I said, Chris lost a lot of ground there as he hit a loose spot out in the turn. And lost a lot of ground. That could be the difference without a caution right there. They're trying to make up that ground with a couple laps to go. Matt Stevens stealing one, it appears, unless we get a caution or a mechanical failure. White flag. So Matt Stevens rounding 1 and 2. Oh boy, Chris Brown, this is the third feature win he's had. Was the feature and lap traffic was the difference. And Chris is so disgusted he just slows down. Horrible. Chris had that one, and it was taken, man. After that, right place at the right time, pulled a slingshot right at the same moment. Kevin Finn got a little sideways in the top groove. Just give him a little bump on the way by. We were both playing for the same spot. And Stevens in the Galletta's 9, a success story there. The Galletta's number 4 by Chris Stevens. Adam Lytle, Keith Raymond, Kevin Galletta. Kevin Finn, who had a rough several spins. And Melissa Stevens, who went out for points and pulled the cart off. She's able to get usually top 5, top 7 in points just by going out there and racing a lap or two and pulling off. Because we don't have enough weekly drivers. Second feature will be inverted, except for winners in the back. Kevin Finn, Kevin Galletta, Keith Raymond, Chris Stevens, Matt Stevens. Adam Lytle had to leave. He was on a bike, and it was getting late. Once again, that's why the 3 guys lost 10 points. We were waiting for him. They delayed the show on Melissa Stevens. And due to the camera, something happened with the battery. It did not start. So we'll join this race already in progress. The race is a few laps in. I'm not sure exactly how many laps we missed here. We only had 1 camera on this view for this second race. Unfortunately, lost the first handful of laps. 5 to 7 laps. That might have been 7 laps that we did not get on tape. But at this point, Kevin Finn is in the Good Guys Barber Shop, number 88, going by Keith Raymond. And Kevin Finn broke right there in the lead. And this time, Chris Stevens trapped his brother. Almost identical situation to the last race. However, what happened is the caution come out and saved Matt. So Matt actually, that will sure to rise the ire of his brother Matt, Chris, because they battle it out every week for 20 years. And so and a crash.
Let the anger flow through you, cat.
Oh, restart there. Matt and Chris battling it out as usual. The 2 most experienced karters in Oswego. And many points beyond. There's some good karting drivers out there in pay tracks and some retired, but you come out here and you prove yourself against these guys week in and week out. This is fun, ladies and gentlemen. Years ago, Matt and Chris modeled their racing after their love of super modified racing at Oswego Speedway. They believe they've scaled down and reversed, of course, the track on curve 2. They've scaled down the level of competition. They just need more drivers out there. We've got 20 cars. Come on out and race. 10 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, we were getting, on a weekly basis, 10 to 15 drivers a week. And just drivers have fallen off. Oh, wow, way wide there. Kevin Finn, who's on his 3rd kart tonight in the Ruggio number 02. The Ruggio 02 was prepared for Ruggio, who was scheduled to be here, did not make it because of work or family. I believe it was work this time. And we have to start negating points now because this is just, it gets out of hand when we're waiting for people. And we start late and we get out late because people slow us up. In the past, there's been particularly 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people that blame Chris and Matt. They're doing everything they can to get all these cars. Oh, look at this! Matt is pissed. Chris gets underneath Matt and passes him. He was riding his bumper, bumped him a little bit in the back turn. Matt got into the loose stuff, and Chris snuck by him. Matt is going to be pissed off about that, but Chris has been pissed all year about getting robbed in traffic. There's no traffic that time. Chris just bumped, give a little nudge, and snuck by him. And Chris and Matt usually, they take pride in racing clean, but Chris had a little extra incentive here. He was robbed a few times lately, and it's his brother. Oh, and another caution. This time, Keith Raymond, who hopped into Galletta's greenhouse number 6. Car's been off lately. It's not. That'll be next on Matt's projects to get ready. Matt usually will work on the cart that needs the help the most. It might be the 6 this time. Matt here, furiously trying to catch his brother this time. Kevin Galletta all by himself in 3rd. Kevin Finn thinking about buying that cart from Billy Riggio, who can't make it out due to work and family. He's owned a cart for years and has only driven it for the most part 1 season. And, he does not make it. He owns a cart and doesn't race it for years here. Matt staying with Chris this time, much like Chris stayed with Matt, but track's changed a little bit here. The top groove in 1 is not held up for most of the year. So these guys are taking it a little lower. You'll see on other older videos. Checker flag for Chris Stevens. Picks up his 5th win of the year, passing his brother who just tied him with 4 wins. Kevin Galletta, Kevin Finn. Once again, once he got rid of the spinsies, he did well in his first 2 nights. He's just got to correct that spinning problem, and he'll do fine. Matt's not going to be happy, I am sure about that. But Chris Stevens picks up a win. Matt Stevens, Kevin Galletta, Kevin Finn, Keith Raymond, Adam Lytle, and Melissa Stevens. Only 7 drivers. Once again, we have 20 carts on site. Many for rent, some for sale. And we just need drivers. Let's come on out. We race every weekend, all summer long, at Galletta's and into the fall. At Galletta's Greenhouse Backyard Speedway.
Go, go, go.
Points, Chris Stevens in the lead. 77 points. And 1 win over his brother, Matt.
I'm rolling.
Adam Lytle, Keith Raymond.
I'm rolling.
Kevin Galletta, Melissa Stevens, George Sweeting, Eric Woolworth, Nick Cameron, Ray Zor Castaldo, Kevin Finn, Brian Galletta, Ray Lewis, Brandon Matat, Liam Schnoshesi,
I've been rolling.
David Demling, Christina
Alright,
McCann,
I'll
Brielle
go.
Wilkins,
Unless you want me
and
to.
Billy Riggio, who hasn't raced but lost 10 points.
Checkered. Oh, someone give out.
And you can see Matt's pretty Matt's as grumpy after this race as Chris was after the first.
Let's share.
They stole
Alright,
each
1,
other's
2, 3.
wins.
Let me switch.
Ogie come out of his imposed retirement because of the frustration of the 2 brothers. He felt the power, so yeah. See you next week and next video at Galletta's, same time, same channel. See you then.